Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me today for Convertible Conversations. I'm going to continue this week on the series that we started last week, talking about when victims become heroes. I'm indoors today because it's super windy outside here in Kansas, and it just didn't work. So I'm inside and glad to be in here. Last week, we looked at Jacob and Esau. And we learned how many of us have incorrectly thought that God loved Jacob but hated Esau. And we learned that's not true. We learned God doesn't hate anyone. You can't be love, have love be your essence, and at the same time hate someone else. So we found that even after Jacob cheated and stole his inheritance from Esau, Esau listened to God. Initially, he was angry. Sure, anybody would be. But he listened to God for a long time. He then loved his brother, forgave him, extended unconditional love to him, gave him grace, included and accepted his cheating brother and all of his brother's family, and didn't hold anything against him or make him pay or anything like that. We learned that saying and judging in our own mind that God loves one group of people over another is not true and is actually evil. It comes from the evil one. This started with Satan, who wanted God to elevate him over everything else. He wanted to be like God, and that is evil. To say that to become like God, we're actually already like God. Now, to say that God loved Jacob and hated Esau is a lie and is evil. To say that God loved Jacob more than he loved Esau is also a lie and is evil. It flies in the face of our loving God. To say that God loves the Jews more than any other group is a lie and is evil. To say that God loves the United States more than any other country is a lie and it's evil. To say that God loves whites more than blacks or Latinos or Native Americans or Asians is a lie, and it's evil. To say that God loves Christians more than any other religious group is a lie, and it's evil. To say that God loves our church, your church, whatever church you're involved in, more than any other church is a lie, and it's evil. To say that God loves me more than you, or you more than anyone else, it's a lie, and it's evil. That can be hard for some of us to hear, I know. Well, Esau listened to God, even when his own mother and other people told him that God loved Jacob and hated Esau. Esau, instead of taking their word for it, listened to God himself. And he heard God say, no, I love you just like everyone else. And as a result, he did what God does. He forgave, accepted, welcomed, included even his cheating, deceiving twin brother, and he did that because that's what God does with everyone. So I want to ask you today, I want to give you something to think about before we proceed with this tomorrow. Is there any situation where you think God loves and is pleased with you more than someone else? Is there any situation where you feel like, well, of course, God loves me, but he hates them? Think about that today, and I encourage you to listen to God. Just go to God and say, I want to know the truth. Tell me the truth, Lord. Do you love me more than somebody else? Do you love me and hate someone else? Listen and hear what he has to say to you. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. See you then.